Once again, I'm welcoming you in my messy ass kitchen for Shepherd's Pie revamp Amy style. In today's recipe, we have these were red potatoes, boiled and mashed, with a bit of bacon grease that I saved for this instead of the butter and milk. Said bacon completely annihilated into itty bitty bits, because we will be incorporating at least half to 3/4 of this into the mashed potato, which also has I had kept the skin on the mashed potato. Next up, we're gonna transfer our mashed potatoes with bacon bits into this plate. This bacon remained will be used in about 1 minute. Here I'm reheating a failed experiment, and I have added a bit of extra barbecue sauce to give it a bit of flavor. I first called this the cultural appropriation bread taco or something like that, which has been renamed to beef bread spread, because it's basically, and I will link the video so you can reproduce if you are interested in trying this out. I had bought this huge, almost a kilogram of ground beef, and I wanted to make beefy pasta sauce. And I thought, because of last summer I used to make tomato stew based off souped up recipes on YouTube, if I boil my diced tomatoes, that will be into a sauce, like a stew sauce thingy. So I thought that would be like the same result, except nope, I had more beef than I had tomatoes, even if I used 3 freaking cans of it. So as you can see, it's definitely more beef than tomato sauce. Carrots, because it's always healthy, and I'm gonna add a layer of spinach to the final recipe, which this is what it looks like at the moment. Onto this bed or layer of mashed potato with bacon, we will add this once it heats up a little, because I've been storing in my fridge. On top of this, we will add this is a vegan sausage I'm trying to get rid of, because I prefer real meat. Though I did try, it's okay-ish, but not my stuff. But it does have a nice pepperoni vibe to it, so that might add to the flavoring. And the rest of the bacon that we will sprinkle on top of the second layer of potatoes, on top of everything. And in between there will be green onions, tomatoes, and pepper. So it's gonna be hell of a shepherd's pie, let me tell you that much. This is about the texture we want, and if I didn't have the carrots in there, this would be my cultural appropriation taco beef bread spread, which I need a new name for that thing. Now we're gonna lay all of this glorious stuff onto the mashed potatoes, which then looks like this, onto which we will lay the green onions. Green onion lay down. Now I'm gonna sprinkle a bit of mozzarella cheese. And now you can make the decision of either having your bacon here at this point or on top with the second layer of mashed potatoes. I think I'm gonna put my mashed potatoes and bacon on top. So we have smidgets of bacon, an extra layer of mozzarella cheese, and an extra layer of this vegan pepperoni sausage that I can hold the paper off. Pizzaroni, black pepper, paprika, well, anyway. So it's seitan thingy based. I'm not exactly too fond of, so I'm trying to get rid of it without throwing it away in the trash. Oven has been put on 300. I'm gonna let it heat up put this in. I'm not sure for how long, so I'm gonna like keep an eye on it and get back to you for a total time when this will be ready. Update time. So I quickly searched on Google, and apparently 400 Fahrenheit is the temperature, and a normal shepherd's pie is like 25-30 minutes. So I'm gonna leave this for at least 20, and then I will check on it. In the meanwhile, I guess we can tackle the disaster zone and watch some dishes. Yay! Sorry for the trauma. Not. Honestly, not entirely sure how much this has been in the oven, but I'm seeing that the potato is getting goldenish. I mean, at least the top pieces of sausage are definitely golden fried. Cheese is not exactly melty yet, so I'm gonna leave this maybe 5-10 more minutes. So apologies, I absolutely did not check the time, but it was 400 Fahrenheit in the oven. And the result you want is this, let's try not to burn myself, golden crispy potato sort of lining. As you can see here, also the cheese is like, well, you can totally see what I mean. And it looks like this. And I'm gonna let this chill or relax for at least 10 minutes because this is like freaking stinking hot. And hopefully it's edible and halfway decent. So here is the final result. It basically looks nothing like a shepherd's pie, which technically it isn't exactly a shepherd's pie, but I mean, it's potatoes and meat and some sort of vegetables along the ride. Let's take a bite. So the potato is really crispy, well, the bacon is crispy on top. The mashed potato is really melts in your mouth. The beef component or part, if I can get it in light and get my fork, this bit here, that's the meat. It melts in your mouth. It's pretty good. The cheese is stretchy. There's that little bacony flavor when you get it on your fork. I haven't tasted the onions or had a bite of them yet. Overall, it's good, and you can really have that smooth potato stuff in your mouth. Let's go for bite number 2. Okay, this one had more beef. So the potato really tones down the original beefy stuff, which is much more in his own right, his own master on the bread spread version of this recipe. But if you want something more subtle, less flavor intense, I would say, compared to the bread spread version with the onion on top, this is a good alternative. Also, it's like a way richer, fake-ass, rich-ass shepherd's pie. So it's a good meal. I'm not disappointed. It's just that, let's say, because the way I classify my meals, my recipes is, if it's a sin and a half, it's fucking good. This is just under a, I would say a sin or just slightly after. It's like, it's good, it's comforting, it's delicious, it's easy to eat. Or maybe I would need to top it with chopped green onions because I need that. I'm an onion freak, okay? Sue me. But overall, this is just, in my personal liking and appreciation, a bit bland because the potatoes really tone down all the flavors around them. Although the bacon sometimes you look like sparks up and the beef comes back in your mouth. But for my personal appreciation, it's not flavorful enough. So in the future, I will chop green onions, salt them, and put them on top to give it a bit of a spark. And maybe no two layers of potatoes, like just one layer of potato, either at the bottom or at the top, and have more balance with the quantity of meat and other stuff that I put there, because I am a meat eater. So yeah, this will be a wrap up for whatever the heck this recipe was.